Hello everybody, welcome back live to the Gamer Muscle YouTube channel. We will today be playing Assetto Corsa's latest update, the new DLC known as the 2020 GT World Challenge Pack DLC. It's going to be interesting to try out. There are some changes, and before we go into those changes, I will tell you what they are. And of course, this is a live stream. So if you're watching this as a video and you're confused, you need to subscribe and like, and then you get notified. But you could skip through this, and yes, then you could come to a conclusion by skipping through it if you're watching this as a catch-up video. Just give YouTube the old 2 minutes for it to get percolated through the internet, and yeah, we'll go through the details of this game. So this is, as I say, this is a DLC. All you get are, it's just a track. Imola, I say just a track. Imola is an absolutely fantastic track. So you get Imola in this DLC, and the track models in ACC are some of the best track models in terms of raw quality of the track models. They're absolutely phenomenal. Just the texture work, obviously it's laser scan track. So you've got the accuracy there is fantastic. I mean, I think the laser data is like accurate within a couple of mil, and then obviously an artist has to go over the top of it, so it's then normally accurate to within a couple of centimeters, give or take. But you know, it's of the caliber that the pro sim would be using. So the miracle of laser scan data and all the current sims actually, even the original Assetto Corsa, R Factor 2. Automobilista 2, iRacing, oh, fantastic track models. Something we kind of take for granted these days. Hello, guys that have joined us in chat. So, of this update, new track, the DLC features also update to 2 cars, making them 2020 versions of the car. Some tyre model adjustments, supposedly a harder tyre wall. I don't know what difference it would make. You would assume that a harder tyre wall you would assume would make the cars a little bit more pokey, a little bit more agitated, maybe a little bit more responsive on an initial turn-in, but then more prone to going over the limit, and so more on edge. I would, from a harder tyre wall, that's what I would expect, but reality is often completely against what you would expect, so who knows, and who knows what Kunos have done with it. 3 different variables there. Yeah, you've got all the driver names, all the car skins and everything as well. And then, yes, it is the 2020 World Challenge. So that's where that is, really. I mean, you know, maybe it's not the most exciting of DLCs in a sense. But it's I think it's £7 is what I paid, give or take. So, yeah. You know, I think it'll be good. I think you'll get good value for money before playing it. With it being Kunos, you know it'll be good quality. So, and if you're a fan of ACC, you'll love it. Right, let's get on that. It's $8.99 US. So yeah, that's kind of $8.99 US is basically that is. I think it is £7. That's the exchange rate. Just Imola, yeah. They're going to bring British tracks later on. Hello, Chris Feliz. Hello, Chad Head. Hello, Vintage VR. Tyre walls make it more bouncy. Oh, no. Kudos are jealous of Reese's bouncy action. Oh, my God. Okay, let's get on the game here. Good morning, Derek Lord. Let's make my chat room a bit bigger. Okay, so if you want to drive the 2020 stuff, you have to click it. We're getting everything now. This game's just going to be years at the. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when they've got even more years? They're going to run out of space. This whole top banner is just going to be years of GT, the same content with a different. Same thing forever. It's turned into a FIFA football game. This right, 2020. So all the cars. I think the tyres are updated on all the cars, but most of the cars are obviously stayed the same. They've just got different tyres on them, and you know there might be some other sort of tweaks and stuff, but who knows. Let's try and find an online session though. Well, I could just test it offline initially. This is my first time loading the game up with this DLC. 2020 bop. Oh, that'd be interesting. Will the Porsches still be absolute beasts? Acceleration compared to the other cars. Yeah, well, Javon, that's got a plus and a con, hasn't it? The positive of that is that you still have the old stuff there. But the negative is that online it just gets very confusing. You know, I assume most people online will just drive whatever the latest stuff is. So it's pros and cons there. But it's all the same. It's like FIFA, isn't it? Every year, it's the same bloody game. Just tiny little tweaks. Hello, Marcelo. So how do we know? So also with this update, we've the game's been updated to a newer version as well. But I don't know, you know, I don't know what that means. It's another number. The background images have changed. That's nice. Server list is still wank. They're sticking to their guns on that. But hey, it's loading. There's probably a lot of people that are just getting into this for the new DLC. Chadhead. The 2020 World Challenge Pack also comes with version 1.6 of the game. Improved AI. Oh, that's nice. Physics improved. Nice. I mean, that could mean anything. UI and performance improvements. Hello, I'm not seeing it. No server browser improvements. Well, let's get a server then. Server filter. Where is my server filter? Oh dear. You know, I'm just accepting it now. At the end of the day, at least ACC server browser isn't COVID, so that's good. What should we join? We should get our own server set up eventually. How do we know? Okay, so how do you know if the server's running the latest? Oh, okay, 2019. 2020, and these obviously Imola's 2020. But so, I guess if it just says 2020, that's how you know that the server's running the content for 2020. But can the server mix and match? This could get rather confusing. I mean, you've got the class stuff you can filter up here, but not the year. So I assume maybe with the server you have to run the content that's okay. Well, I'll go with this one. 20 all in racing. We'll join this one, and then we should get a server eventually. We'll go for the Saudi Audi. How do I know that's a 2021? That's 2019. But is that running the 2020 tires? Ah! I'm assuming that's the 2020. Even though this is the 20, like that's 2017 car. I'm assuming it's the 2020 version because that's what's been. Well, let's see. 20. So that's new. We've got two new cars effectively. The 2020 update. These are questions that we won't get answers to. There's a Ferrari 2020 and an AMG 2020, but I'm assuming all of them have the new tyre on. So, yeah, I'm assuming they all have the new tyre. And that means I can still drive the Saudi Audi, which is good. It gets very complicated and convoluted for something that just has GT3 and GT4 cars in it. This is kind of an issue that Race Room started to face. Is it that, you know, and this is maybe the argument for not keeping the old content. Although I kind of like keeping the old content because, you know, why take stuff away from people? But from a presentation perspective, unless you organise it very nicely, it can get very convoluted. As I say, it's not Race Room has that problem. It's not just an AC thing. I'm going to put my Saudi Audi car skin on. This is pure speed. I really like how the car models look and the skins and everything. Yeah, Kunos are pretty horrendous when it comes to UI design. They fire the UI design. So if he's watching, you know, he's probably doing lots of stuff. Oh, Service 4 is too slow. Don't fire the UI designer, but come on. He already ranting. No, it's all right. It's hard, in fairness, it is hard with driving simulators. There's a lot of information, a lot of things, and they do a lot of updates, and it's a constantly changing environment. It's very hard to present all that information in a very clear, minimal way, which also works with getting it put in the game and having it work with the various updates. So, you know, in fairness, it's a complicated thing. It's very easy for a YouTuber to sit there and go, oh, well, fire the UI designer. When I say that, I'm talking from a player's perspective. From a developer's perspective, I fully understand why it's difficult. From a player's perspective, I'm like, oh, just fire the UI designer. Multiple personality disorder. Right, I'm going to find another server. UI designer in the gulag. Yeah, I mean, I used to really like UI design stuff. It's like a hobby of mine is UI design. Force feedback in UI design, so they trigger me the most. Most people probably don't care. People say this update is worthy of praise of the Church of Force feedback. Oh no, don't do that to me, Sal. Don't try and don't tease me with force feedback. We've got to find a 2020 server. The bold prophet. Like the you guys watch Stargate? Going back, we're old. Who's the guy with the gold plate in his head? Well, this is the thing. I will like be critical of games. I'm a really shit live streamer. I have a schedule. I read the chat. I read the chat. Everything breaks all the time. My live streams have the stability of Britney Spears during her breakdown phase, you know. Hence the boldness. Oh dear. So you know, I'm not in denial of it though. So I'm at least I'm honest about it. I'm gonna pretend that we're good at doing what we do. I'm trying to find a 2020 server here, guys, because if anyone knows the name of one, I can search. He does. RCI? Okay. Do that. Maybe if I just search Imola, actually. I mean, the actual search function works really quick on this server browser, which is weird. Everything else is pretty terrible about it, but the typing, however that accesses the database of where the servers are, is really it does it really quickly. Jartier. I'm not racing Jardier. He's too quick. Right, here we go. ACC Belgium fam. That's perfect. ACC Belgium fan GT3. Almost full. Get in there. Okay. There might be some stability issues with this version of the game. Fatal error. Fair enough. It's like my life. That was the message that popped up when I was born. Just after I came out of my mother. Fatal error. Bonk. Let's load that up again. Fatal error. It's quite a funny, it's a bit like dramatic, isn't it, for a computer error? Let's try that again. Hello, Di Phillips. I wonder what caused that. It's very strange. Welcome along, everyone that's joined us. We just had a fatal error. I think I'm the fatal error. Huge! You should say huge error. Imola. Imola's a really good track, by the way. I'm a really big fan of it. Right. Oh, select a server. All right, okay. Should try that. Oh, it's full now. Sorry, those of you that joined it and then got evicted. We can fill this one up. Italian Pro Drivers 2. Right. What? I've got to unlock the track medal. Well, I must pay. Oh, no. We have to do the track medals. We've got to do the track medals so we can join the server. Can we join another server that... Ah, shit. Well, I have to do the track medals in single player, so I might as well just do that now. Yeah, hang on. Single player. This is an opportunity to look at the track. Ah, Phantom Racer. Where's your custom emojis gone? Is it because you're not a channel member anymore? Or is it because YouTube's broken? Oh, thanks, Chili. I'm just going to get the track medals, though, so you guys watching can do that. This is really nicely presented, you know, this track selection screen. Really like this, the videos. This is great. I'm trying to be more rounded, you know, because I realise some people can't take... some people can't take, like, constant... cynical British criticism on max level, so I toned it down a bit now. You know. So I often feel like you don't need to say the positives because they're bloody there. It's obvious, and you know, people that know me know that I'm actually, you know, I'm actually pretty positive with a lot of stuff, given how bad a lot of things are. so you know, but in the context of a live stream, I can certainly see how if you watch some live streams and you'd be like, oh, the guy's always bloody complaining. If you watch the videos, it doesn't come across that way at all. It's just a live stream thing. Right, let's try and get this car sorted out. There we go. Saudi Audi's important. Right, so I can just do practice and it should do that. No sense of humour. Oh, yes, guys, check this out. So I'll have a video of this out soon. I've just got this... well, and the camera turns off there. Just got this SimLabs screen here. So I can see when to change a gear. It flashes at me, so there's no excuses now. Adam Thompson, thanks, yeah. MS2's coming along really nicely. Right, so I just drive, and we should get the track medals, I believe. Yeah, I mean, this SimLab display is really nice, but it's very expensive. I mean, obviously, the type of person buying it doesn't care how much it costs. You know, it is really nice. It's in like a metal enclosure supported by carbon fibre, which is totally pointless on a sim rig. I mean, we're not going off-roading here. This is like for fat geeks to play driving games with. It's really nice, but it is definitely... Shit, that's a wall, and that's a strong force feedback. It's definitely for your sort of enthusiast type person that is like, oh, I like the design of that, but I don't care how much it costs. Because you could just strap a mobile phone on your thing using Sim Hub if you wanted to. You know, I'd say that about a lot of the sim racing pedals and stuff. It's like, you know, you don't need, you know, it's like it's handbags for people that like sim racing. As long, my view on expensive sim racing stuff is like, it's there for the, as long as you've got enough money to afford it, and you're not pretending that there's no cheaper option, then it's fine. Or that, at least if there should be a cheaper option on the market, then it's fine. It is literally handbags for sim racers, you know. Hello, Spitfire. Yeah, I only care about the cost of stuff when it's something that people have to have. So like water, gas, electricity, and housing. Those are things that should be cheap or should be affordable for everyone. In the context of sim racing, you know, you can get like a G29 and you can sim race with that. Still quite a G29 is quite a lot of money still. I mean, when I bought my G25, that was a lot of money still. It's Paul Smith, guys, and he still hasn't got an animation. But the point is, you can get into sim racing with a G25, and vast majority of people can afford that, and a bog standard PC, you know. So that's the great thing about it. Is you're not excluding people, and then people with more money that want to waste money can get more expensive equipment, you know. And it is nice. DD wheels add a lot to the functionality. Load cell adds a lot. Widescreen is nice. VR is nice. But fundamentally, you can really enjoy sim racing with a 17-inch monitor on a on a desk and not even a G20. Like I had a Momo Black when I started, like a T150 or something. You can get most of the enjoyment out of sim racing with that. I'm all right, Paul. I'm like I'd say I'm a 5 out of 10 tea bags. Average. I'm breathing. I don't have a headache or anything. Bloody bruised. I don't know what that's about. But I'm all right. I'm good. Yeah, how you doing, man? How much are you out of 10? Alcantara. So I should get the track medals here. This is why I'm just driving around the track here. It's a really nice... you know, the track model, the details, really, really nice. Really like how the road surface is rubbered in and everything. I could probably twiddle my graphics settings. That'd be nice. Because I've got too much, what's it called on? Sharpening. Good choice, Paul. Paul has good taste in tracks. Alton Park, Imola, two fantastic tracks. Oh, you can adjust mirror frame rate. That's good. That's a good thing to have programmed in. My Alcantara is a little bit mashed up. I don't have any biscuits. I'm eating healthy. I've got a hang on, I need to do laps here without making a mistake so I get the track medals. You've got to do 3 complete laps, I think. I mean, these entry corners on Imola are such a... When the Formula 1 was here, it's like modern Formula 1 is really pretty terrible, apart from when it's on slippy tracks. Or tracks with grass and gravel makes a track great. It doesn't matter. Anyway... Point is, watching the onboards of F1 Imola, oh man, there's such a good flow to it. It's a good flow track. A lot of the modern tracks have no thought to the actual flow. Like the corners on modern tracks all seem like, oh, there's a corner, there's a corner. They don't feel like they're part of the environment. So Imola, it's like, it feels like it's part of the geography of Imola. It's like what it is because it's Imola, the real world location. You can't just put this track, build it somewhere else. Well, you could do if you're rich enough. Brands Hatch feels like Brands Hatch because it's going through the Kentish countryside like that. Alton Park goes around the lake there. That's the point. Like a track should... Laguna Seca. Obviously, they'll have done adjustments to it and things, you know, and built it up. The Nordschleife. They'll have done things to it to make it better on the... No, it's not just like the tarmac, they don't just put tarmac over an arbitrary bit of land. But you know what I'm saying? This is the problem with really modern tracks where it's just a car park. Do I get my track medals yet? I'm not sure. I should have put the graphic on the screen. Paul Ricard's great as a test track. I just wouldn't do racing there. Fantastic for testing. Did Paul Smith tell me how he was? Did I miss that? Paul Smith, tell us how you're doing, man. Out of 10, teabag rating. Good. TC on 6, still sliding out a bit. Oh, you're a 4 out. Well, I need it out of 10. I can't do math. I'm not a calculator. Poor Ricard pay and display. Halfway through the race, you have to find the parking meter. You can use your mobile app now, and they charge you more. You think, you're like, oh, the mobile parking app. You think, oh, hang on. This is good. I can use my mobile app to find a parking space. And, oh, you found your parking space. Use your app. You don't have to find a pay machine. But then you have to pay an extra £1 for the convenience of that. It's like, oh, come on. Hey, Central Scrutinizer. Yeah, I will get back into wearing my gloves. Should I have the track medals by now? That's 3. I'm going to do one more lap just to be sure. It's going to turn out I didn't do it in the right mode. I could, to be honest, I could just drive this track indefinitely. Even without any cars. So nice. And it's one of those tracks where each corner compounds in terms of you wanting to go fast. Like you said about every track, but you kind of have to get your entry, and you can say this about every corner on every track, but there's some tracks where it's like you kind of feel like, oh, I've got to get the entry just right, and then that follows through to the next bit and the next bit and the next bit. Whereas I think some tracks, it's like each corner is very much isolated. That makes sense. So I don't know if that's classed as legal. Hello, JK46. You can... it'll be interesting to see where they've put the track margins. Thanks for subscribing, Tulio DeSantis. Appreciate that. And thanks for all the like button clicks, guys. We've got a new advertisement there. Sealer. That was quite good there. I turned the car in and got on the brake and it lurched over. First Fox, hello. I don't slate force feedback. I don't know what you're talking about. Right, that should be track medals. That should be all of them. I hope. Zolder. I've grown to enjoy Zolder, weirdly. Right. If I don't have the track medals now, I'm going to pour boiling tea water over my face. Game of Muscle server should be up. I think Chili Dog said it was. Oh, there's no track medals on the server, so we could just join that anyway. Right, get on there, guys. Imola. Someone asked about biscuits. So, yes, I'm trying not to be a fatty, so I've got a plate of cut-up apples here. Join the server here. Password's T. If you want to get in and race with us. Welcome everyone that's joined us as well. We've got quite a few people joining us. Can't tell because the YouTube stats are broken. But hello. Hello guys that have joined us. There he is. Nature's custard cream. Yeah, so I've started eating more apples and blueberries. Blueberries are really good. Very, very nice. Strawberries and blueberries. The only problem is they're expensive, but I've got, you know, sod it. They're good for you. Might as well spend money on blueberries. Lidl's have the best value and quality blueberries I've found. As always, Lidl the best. Nice one, Paul. You're going to join us. Let's go for the aggressive setup here. It's going to be interesting to see who wins our first ever ACC new DLC update. Second COVID. Now, apparently I'm all right. No COVID for me. Right. What is wrong with me? Aggressive setup. Confirm. Fuel. Take it down. Mechanical grip. Steer ratio. I like it tight. Hang on, I've just made it. Lower is tight. Is more responsive. That's all good. Well, we'll just try. It's fine. We're all good. That sounds like a bloody tractor. Is that the Ford? I tell you what, Apple... oh, as the grapes. Yeah, grapes aren't too good to eat because there's just a lot of sugar and there's not much fibre in grapes. I do like grapes, but... you can just eat a whole tub of grapes. Get in there, guys. Game of Muscle servers filling up. Oh, let me just fix something here. How many viewers are you guys... you could just tell me, actually, it'll be easier. How many viewers are you guys seeing on the YouTube stats? My YouTube stats totally broken. Oh, one... okay. Well, thanks for watching, guys. It's not bloody weird. Yeah, it's all broken. YouTube's been really weird recently. I've been getting weird, like, view numbers on things. Like, more on some things, not on other things. Live streams, notifications not going out, then going out. People getting notifications after streams have finished. The encoding's improved massively on YouTube, though. That AMS2 video I just uploaded... was uploaded in 4K and it processed it in like 10 minutes. Normally it'd take like hours. YouTube processing. So I'm going to upload more 4K videos now. It's a way to do it. Might as well make use of my AverMedia 4K capture card. Let's get a good quality up then here. We're starting to get on the racing. Maybe your computer likes you, Jasper. I need to turn down the sharpening. I'm going to get one banker lap in and I'm going to turn the sharpening down. Nice one, JK. Or maybe their real-time encoding's got worse. But the encoding for videos has got better. I think YouTube doesn't like live streamers. Is that a gavel? Ah, how did you even notice that? I'm worried. I'm worried by TW Flanker's vision. Like, do you work for the CSI or something? He works for the face identification services over those really bad security videos. Where there's like 3 pixels for a person's face and yet you can still work out who it is. I'll show you my gavel. That was my best Amazon purchase. Well, the stream quality can't be that bad if you can work out what that, you know, spot the object. Get my magnifying glass. Let me get my James Webb Space Telescope out. How good is that, guys? That's next year. James Webb Space Telescope. I'm hyped. I absolutely love space stuff. And although I believe it's gonna, you know, be more like infrared. You'll be able to colour it in Photoshop, but some of the stuff that's going to come out from that is going to be phenomenal. Because Hubble's, like, that was launched in what, like the bloody 80s or something? And then fixed in the 90s. Well, I don't know. I could get my dates wrong. But, yeah, James Webb Space Telescope is going to be like such a huge advancement for space physics, imagery, research. Can't wait. Oh. Hello, Lucas. Patrick, more of sim racing. See the edge of the universe. Well, that so the Hubble Deep Field photographs arguably let you see the edge of the universe. I mean, you can see the edge of visible light, give or take. Well, not really, but you know, you can see galaxies that were formed like 4 billion years ago. The problem is with the nature of how the universe expands and how long it takes light to get from A to B and all that shenanigans kind of makes it impossible to ever see the edge of the actual universe. The visible universe, though. I think we've already seen that, but not very high resolution. It's still being JPEG compressed. Hello, Stivel Plus. Imagine if it turns out that the universe is actually JPEG compressed. Get in the server, guys. Why have we only got 7 people in here? Well, there's a little stutter, so someone else has joined. The classic stutter for when people join servers. As it loads in the object. I wonder if the universe stutters as a baby is born. Well, actually, you know, all the matter's already there, so it doesn't need to load any new matter in. It's just a reconfiguration of existing matter. Get in the server, guys. Can you see Cyberpunk 20? I don't think you can see that far in. You can see into the past. You can't see into the future. You got it back to front, Chadhead. Why have we only got 7 people in here? Hello, Gluten Free. No, I don't slag off things. I'm entirely positive at all times. 8 people. Guys, server's called Gamer Muscle. Password is T. If there's not that many of you in this server, I am not likely to... well, I'm more likely to win, which is being really embarrassing. Oh, people downloading the DLC. Fair enough. Not everyone has to... I don't have a 1 gigabyte line. I'm on 70 megabit. Now, I was going to change my graphics here. So, where was that? Video options. So there's sharpening. That's nice how with the mirror frame rate option they've added, you can just choose like a... That's good. We'll have to test that out after this race. Where's the sharpening stuff? Ah, there we go. Ah. Ah. Yeah, it should look a bit better. It looked a bit posterized. That is a problem, isn't it? With I think that's an issue with DLC, to be honest. I'll have to do a video on that. I mean, I talked about it before, but as good as even when a DLC is really good, you do have the problem of, you know, you can't expect everyone to want to buy it, and then more DLC comes out. It's more of a problem. Hello, Dog Dodd. Okay, if you want the DLC, Chili Dog, are you still there? Can you post the link to the DLC in the chat room? I don't know, Dom seems relatively similar to before. But, you know. Not done a proper race yet. It's just the driver names, tyres, new tyres and stuff, getting everything up to date. To be fair, it's only £7. There's still no server filter. You know, this is general improvements to the game as well. There you go. Thanks for linking that, Dom. Yeah, I had to do this because it doesn't show in Steam. If you want to buy the DLC, go through that link. Links do bitter, and that should bring it up. Whee! Got a bit more attack. It's a Steam. I think that's a Steam issue. Sometimes this has happened before with other games. It's just not been put on their main page yet. Fair enough, Stiggy. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, so that's the other thing with DLC is it's just another thing to have to, like, go and get. Which is fine with individual games. Like, if you just play iRacing, that's, you know, oh, I'll just buy another car. It's all you play, fine. Or if you just play, I don't know, whatever you just play. If you just play 1 or 2 games, you're, like, really welcome any DLC because you just want more content. But if you're someone that plays a lot of stuff, it can become a bit of a chore. JK, I don't know. If it does, it's very subtly different. You know, compared to AC and Automobilista 2, which is what I've been playing recently, it's nowhere near as informative. But yeah, it's driving fine. There's still no way to... James, just claim that you did those legitimately. That's what Donald Trump would do. You did those lap times 100% legit, and you are now the world's fastest driver. How does that make you feel? Sealer! What is that? What product are they advertising? Go faster. We're in Game of Muscle server here, Richard. He could join our server. I could join him after this. Join his server after this one. Cooperation. I feel like I'm cheating with this brake pedal on these Mecha Cup pedals. It's so good. It's like the Simtech pedals. To be fair, even the Fanatec, anything with a load cell, it's just so nice. Richie's racing. Well, yeah, it's very much just it's GT3 cars, isn't it? So, you know, you're gonna get what you get. Dun 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 ba 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 ba. I'm trying to improve my lap time a bit here. We're right at the back. It's hard to get the find the limit through the tight chicane there. T in capital letters is the password. A yeet today keeps the doctor away. Hello. Hello, Mr. Yeet. Okay. I'm in 8th place. 7th. Of course. Of course, it would be 7th, wouldn't it? Couldn't be any other position. So this displays the SimLab. You on about the little one? It's the SimLabs display. They're not cheap. It's very nice, but it's not cheap. I've got a review video coming out soon. I just did most of the filming of it yesterday. I would say you can get SimHub software and just use your mobile phone. Will work really well if you want this same sort of experience. SimHub's only £5. £5. Password is T in capital letters, Peter. Pay attention, Peter. German internet at its best. I thought Germany had good internet, Heikyo. I was under the impression that the Germans had good internet. Shouting 7. Thanks, Looper. Right, let's get the fuel levels here. This is we're doing. Is it a 15-minute, 20-minute race? Okay, see how this goes. Not bad. There we go. 20-minute race. That's probably too much fuel. $11 litres per 5 minutes. Okay. Well, okay, I'll put 50 in there. I don't want to run out of fuel, you know. This is... I got fuel paranoia. Dom GTR's installed fuel paranoia into me. Imola and 2 new GT3 cars, the most boring DLC ever. Fair enough, Exotic. Hey. I think it's alright. I mean, I'd pay... I mean, it would be nice to have something more in it, but, you know, it's a GT3 game. But Imola's a nice track, and they've done a nice job on the model of it, so... Ooh. I've not driven the new Mercedes. Oh, it's because he's gone into the race session. Join the next one. Get your track medals. Is it because a lot of Germany's really rural countryside? Right, here we go. Hello, Gromsy. I need to put a wider brake pedal on my brakes. I can't be the only person that likes ginormous brake pedals. Whoops. Let's not mess up the start. Oh, nice car skin for the car at Francis. Oh. Be nice to win the first ever DLC race we do. Oh my god, the longest ever. Jeez, could have got a... If you're going around that nook, get a penalty for that. Nice and easy into T1 here. I'd say the netcode in ACC is really good. Like the cars are really positioned spot on, really smooth. You know, it looks really natural. Power up the hill. Gasper's a little bit wide there. Just Imola. Orange sky. Both broke a bit early there. Gasper had to move out of the way. Came in like a wrecking ball. Hello, Owen Middleton. I don't know how much we're allowed to cut before we get into trouble. Oh, there we go. I think I'll put the fear of God into him. I have trust in my ABS and load cell brake. Thank you, Owen. Yeah, pony the subscribers. Don't know where it all come from. How much sausage can we take? I don't know. I'm pushing it a bit, but I don't want to bin the race. These cars have a tendency to late corner understeer. So you think you're through the corner, and then the car kind of just slowly meanders wide of the corner. To remember that. Owen, pretty much. It's my it's one of my Michael Schumacher techniques. Make everyone feel like you're going to drive into them by driving into them, and everyone moves out your way. It's genius. Oh dear. Car just slid through that. Traffic jam. Sorry, guys. Went over the limit and the car just slid. Nothing we could do there. Hello, Matty D. So what is this sealer? Liquid transfer. Is it some kind of oil? I've got like 3 lines of LED lights telling me when to shift. Big lazy slide. And the thing is, GT3 cars aren't exactly the most nimble of vehicles anyway, in any of the sims. Trying to get the Delta here. Still holding on to 5th place. I think oh, look at that. Without the slide. A lot of the car appreciates you not turning the steering wheel that much. Just only a couple of degrees and then just driving off the throttle and brake. The more you turn the with the aggressive preset setup, the more you're turning, the more likely the back seems to want to come out. Nice overtake by Gasper there. Thank you, Lord Twattington. Not to the same extent. Hello, Grant Campbell. I do have the steering on quite sensitive. This is the steering hack. I'd imagine it still works. That's a classic hack from our Factor 1 days. Exotic, yeah, no, I'd like to do that as well, but I sort of compromise. I do like having the clutch pedal for H-pattern cars. There's only so much room on the sim rig. Gasper's just pulling away here. God damn it. Maybe the Audi was not the correct choice. Saudi Audi, though, best car in the game. Everyone knows that you know, what other car produces its own drift music? Yes, it is Heiko Schumann Sim Racing. Why'd you say that? Oh, come on. Whoa. Come on. I'm going faster here. We're getting fast lap times. Nice one, Grant. I appreciate you using the link. It does really, it does support the channel a lot. Supports me a lot as well, thank you. I think you'll, most people really enjoy CSL Elite. Of all the belt-driven wheels, it's the best. And it's the best wheel you can get before you go to DDs. Got to be super smooth. Get this plank. You can exotic. You can kind of make it work all right though. Yeah, I did say to Fanatec it would be nice if they released like their F1 Esports bundle, which is a very good bundle. If they could release something like that, but with a round rim. They obviously do the Xbox edition that comes with a circular rim. But the F1 rim that comes with the Esports bundle is a really nice quality wheel rim. Oh, hello. Thank you for subscribing. Michael Jager. That's a German name, surely. Guten Tag. Guten Nicht. Guten Abend. I don't know. The Formula rims are not narrow Formula rims on the Fanatec wheels. They're pretty... I think they're 270 centimeters, which is pretty close to GT rims anyway. And to be honest, I think for sim racing, narrower rims are better. I think. It's not like a real car where you're getting jostled around and you have to be careful of putting in incorrect inputs or something. Or it's not like a real car where the car might innately have very heavy steering, so you have a larger wheel rim to offset that. You can control how strong the force feedback is, so... Although, the exception to that is... Oh, Gasper, you noob! The exception to that would be that bloody Thrustmaster GT Sport wheel. It's absurd. Feels like you're driving a little children's toy. It's like 250 mil or something. I don't know what they were thinking. The is it... What's it called? You know the Thrustmaster GT Sport wheel? It's atrocious. It's weird because their Formula rim and their other Alcantara rims are good. Maybe they bundled it with a shit wheel rim to make people buy other wheel rims. TGT, yeah, total F up that. I was using it at someone's house and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. Whoa. Nicely, you can hit the curbs without the car complaining too much. It's always good. A 300's a good all-rounder. And what is my OMP? Can someone Google OMP Tricento? I think that's 270. Hello. Oh, hello there. Phil Jefferson has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Probably subscribing on the video. He's probably not even watching the live stream. I actually lose subscribers when live streaming. I don't like this content. Unsubscribe. I'm here for videos. Mate, I have some dedicated live stream viewers, so stream for them. Don't care about the filthy regs, the non-regs. Oh, is it 300 mil? Oh, fair enough. I seem to be trundling back here without an ability to catch up. I don't know what's needed to go faster. Maybe hitting brake points a bit better. Dedicated stream viewers. Hello. A truck through Moldova. Raise his hand in disgust. Hello, GJ Customs. This is Assetto Corsa Competizione. I'm in the gold-plated Audi. And we're probably going to come 7th. Just trying to get the hang of this. I'm not able to go any faster. I don't know what's needed to go faster, I can't tell. Be interesting to see with different cars. Oh, well, you can slice it through that. Maybe that was the corner I was losing time. Hello, CMC Barros. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that, man. Or woman. Or non-identifiable, whatever you are. Whatever. I don't care. Welcome along. Oh, Andrew is catching me. James Andrew, oh Christ. James Andrew in his Ferrari trying to get past on the final 4 minutes here. Yeah, Imola's a hard track to overtake on. I just missed the break point there. Great. I was looking in the distance. Alessio Ragoli. You could be a great commentator. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Are you like an esports driver with that arms crossed together? Arms crossed together. Look at those muscles. Sim racer. Pro esportist. I probably will actually, might do more commentary stuff in the future. Because I actually quite enjoyed it. It's a lot easier doing commentary than it is driving, reading the chat room and talking. Surprisingly, it's like so much easier. Yeah, Murray Walker didn't know how easy they had it, you know? Not having to race the cars whilst driving. Us millennials, you know, we have to put in so much extra work. Sat in our sim... Oh, Christ, I messed that up. Sat in our sim rigs at home, drinking cups of tea. Not having to go outside. So much harder. Used a bit of rubber as a brake reference there. Yeah, I'll join it after this race. Get in there, we'll fill it up. They only want the boldest. The bold and the brave.
bsimracing.com. All your sim racing news in one place. Don't just sim race, bsimracing.com.
Hello. B-Sim Racing. I need to use that B-Sim Racing advert is really good for hiding when I'm punting people. It's a good way of deleting the video evidence. How's it going, Wim? Thanks for posting my Mecha Cup pedal review. Always 7th. Yeah, I get all the gear. I actually, I tell you what it is, I normally turn down gear because it actually takes quite a lot of effort to do reviews. And if you do lots of live streaming, it's quite tiring. It's like previously, before Death Month number 3 of this year, I was doing lots of live streaming, and it just tires you out. So you don't want to then be like, oh, live stream, then do review, and then, you know. But recently, because I hadn't been doing as much live streaming, I was just like, oh yeah, no, I'll review these things. I will accept the offer to send me really nice equipment in exchange for a video. If they pay you. Well, you know, if people want to pay me, for sure. But most of the time, reviews aren't paid, so... well, that's good in the sense that it's obviously you're going to get a more honest review, but the fact of the matter is, in terms of time expended, you're probably talking about 2 to 3 days to make an okay review. And, you know, you need to... If you're working, realistically, minimum in the UK, you really want to be earning at least £50 a day. You know, when you're thinking about your pension and all this shit you need to save up for and everything, and all costs and everything. So you can't... If you're full-time with something, you really have to be kind of precious with, your, you know, with that sort of time and how much things are, and, you know. So yeah, it can be like, oh look, this person's got loads of stuff to review, and it's like, well, yeah, but if they are, put it this way, if a company was going to pay to have someone produce a video of their product, it would cost them £3,000 to £5,000. You know. So, from a YouTuber's perspective, it's really, really nice having offers to review stuff. But you do have to make a decision between what's financially viable if you're a full-time YouTuber. A hard life, I know. Thank you for subscribing, Mr. Ragolia. Ragiole. Ragaiole. Alessio Ragolli. Is that close? It's like that scene in Inglorious Bastards. Signora Negalolio. Mamma mia. You're probably not even Italian. Appreciate the subs. Hopefully maybe one of those was close to your real name. The Coco. The Coco. Oh, we got 7. Oh, we got 6th. What happened? Ah, nice one. 7th. The game doesn't know where we are. I take it. 7th is a good place to come. We're back on pace. I'm crap at ACC. I can't tell what I'm doing wrong with it. Although I was the best Audi, so maybe we need to Aston Martin. Yeah, let's join a random call sign server. Good idea. That was good fun racing. Well done, P. Perotkin, K. Francis, Gasper Medevd, C.H, Edward Brewers, James Andrew. They all beat me. You get your name called out if you beat me. That's the new rule. Lucas, back on 7th train, exactly. Music was a bit quiet. Paul Daly. Thank you. Sent me five Euro bobs. No driving, why not? Quit. Good driving, guys. Perotkin is the 2020.
What is the motive behind this demand?
World champion.
Necessity for money. I'm not supplying money for necessities.
Really loud. Thanks for making me deaf, Paul Daly. I don't know why the donation alerts. Oh, it'll be my Go XLR. Get joining the server, Hooligan Racing. Well, we're going to join Random Call Sign server if I can find what it's called. What? Yeah, what's this server called, Mark? Oh, Rashi can join my server. All right. Okay, do that then. Yeah, Random, join our server then. Can Chili Dog change the track to something else? Then I think more people will be able to join because it won't be DLC, I assume. Ciao. Io sono italiano. E parli solo italiano. That's the worst. I'm never going to be allowed to go to Italy. It's a shame because their food's amazing. I'll just have to go to Croatia again. Close enough. Maybe I can sneak into Venice on a boat. See, that's Spanish, not Italian. Kunos has a bounty on it. Yeah, Kunos. Some of the Kunos devs legitimately don't like me, which is fine. That's all right. I can't blame them. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't like me myself. If I was a game developer, I would hate. I mean, I do hate YouTubers. But I mean, come on, like think of it from a game developer's perspective. It's a lot of work to produce games, right? It's a lot of work to produce games, and then you have these idiots that just make YouTube videos. They're not really doing that much. It's not that much effort to produce YouTube videos. It's time consuming. It's not hard. And they're like, I don't like this about the game that you've made. Developers just sat there after months, years of hard work, fixing bugs, constant adjustment, and then the YouTuber's like, I don't like what you've done with the game. I don't like what you've done. I don't like this. And the developer's like, well, why you don't play it then? And the YouTuber's like, nah, I don't like it. Give me some news. So I totally understand why developers would hate some YouTubers. Would you like a commentator race for our portal? If it's paid commentary work. I do paid commentary work. That's how I operate now. What track? Laguna Seca would be nice. I do my YouTuber impression of why developers should hate YouTubers. Codemasters are ex-YouTubers. Yeah, well, for those of you that are maybe new to the channel, the 3 aspects of ACC that rub me, bold git, the wrong way. The force feedback doesn't help you drive from like you can't tell where the limit is or lead up to the limit from the force feedback. You can tell when you've gone over it, but there's not like a lead up to it. There's no seat of the pants feel particularly. A little bit with the GT4 cars, but that's about it really. Force feedback just doesn't. Once you're trying to get really fast, it doesn't really help you. It's more like an immersive thing. It'll help you catch the back of the car. You can know where the back is a little bit, but compared to other AC, Race Room, even Automobilista 2, you know. So, force feedback. The fact that the game, you need an IBM mainframe to run it at a good frame rate without it looking super blurred, I think that's really pants for like an esports and a simulator. But, you know, I mean, there's reasons why they've gone to Unreal Engine when it comes to like next gen consoles and stuff. It makes sense as a business strategy. I get it, but from a PC gamer perspective, the game engine is shite. From VR perspective as well. And what was the third one? Oh yes, the server browser makes me want to impale my face with a blunt spoon. But hey, you know, there's a lot of you can have a lot of fun with ACC. Yeah. Chili Dog, I don't know what Chili Dog's doing. He's probably drunk on cheese and wine again. It must be mentally hard to be a developer. However hard you work, 80 of your customers constantly complain how bad you are and how little you know. I would throw stuff around. Server's ready, thanks. 80 disgruntled customers out of thousands is not that bad. I think with ACC, I think it's got its fan base, hasn't it? Basically, really dull people. the ACC is the perfect game for people that just want to drive sparring GT3 cars, so it's pretty genius. But you can have lots of fun with it. It's good. It's a good value for money game, though. I can't spell game of muscle, dyslexia to the max. Right. Laguna second. Right, what car shall I go for? What's a good car for Laguna Seca, guys? Yeah, the audio. There's loads of good parts. The track details, the audio's phenomenal. The skin editor and stuff. The actual car models. The graphics are fantastic. It's just it's not Kunos's fault that Unreal Engine runs like shite a lot of the time. You know, it'll get better as graphics cards get better, but do I never drop? What's a good cut? I need a tortellini in chat here. I need tortellini. I could just stick with this. No, let's try one of the new cars. Why is that not? Oh, custom. Ferrari drives like a plank. Let's go for that. Angry Panda. Why not? Get on there. Confirm. Yeah, try new Mercedes. Oh, okay. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, you know, it's a nice... ACC is good as a package in the sense that, well, the DLC is kind of ruining that aspect of it, but you know what you're getting with it. You can jump in and drive on it, and it's not going to be surprises. The netcode's really good, actually. Netcode's good in ACC. You can have nice little car contacts without too much crazy happening. I don't think there is a promo code, unfortunately. I'm going to move my cockpit camera up. Because oh dear. Do not need to see the dash at all. Force feedback nice over race distance, eh? I don't even know what that means. I mean, as the tyres wear out. I don't know. They've not added seat of the pants force feedback, which is the problem. It's what I feel is lacking. So, you know, everything else, the other aspects of the force feedback may change, but it's like that type of force feedback doesn't help you drive at all. So, it's not really important. I mean, it's nice for immersion, but. But hey, they're never going to change it, so there's no point talking about it. Oh man, this car just wants to slide out. I might have zoomed the camera in a bit too much. Made it a bit too high. Feels like I'm Mr. Toolman. Yeah, Kunos prices are fantastic. As I say, you get good value for money with ACC. I've not tried the Ferrari yet. We'll have to give that a go. This is weird how it's... to tighten the steering lock a bit. It's not that different, Maverick, to previous stuff. I mean, it depends how anal you're being. Depends how nitpicky you're being, you know. It's not... what wheel are you using, Ethanol Gamer? This is the thing with a DD wheel, you can just turn the force feedback up. You've got so much range there. I mean, I barely ever run the game like games at max force feedback. But I might try something here. I've been testing recently running. Oh, that was nice. That dust effect. I've been messing around running my wheel force feedback at super high, and the game's, you know, versus having the game at high and the wheel low and what have you. Maybe that will have changed, so I'll just change that back. Send the wheel down a bit. T in capital letters. Hooligan Racing. There we go. Let's change the setup, the steer ratio. Make that tighter. Woo! Welcome along, everyone that's joined us. There's random call sign in the Ferrari. I should go Ferrari as well, actually. Controller. That I don't know, but it's irrelevant. The people. If you've been watching Erwin Hamadovic's videos, the guy's nice, but oh god damn, why people talk about physics is so dumb. People are so stupid when it comes to physics. I don't know what's wrong with them. I'm not talking about Irwin, but I'm just talking about how people... So, right, the fact of the matter is, a simulator could be using God knows whatever way to calculate the physics. It could be using whatever method. It could use the ping-pang flibbity-flob method. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the end result, and if that end result fits the requirement. So, think of it this way. There's lots of models and methodologies and maths applied to predicting the stock market. But just, you could have like the most complicated model in the world for predicting the stock market. But if it doesn't give the results that you require from it, then that model is of no use. And, you know, so you can have complicated models that are really good. You can have complicated models that are really good. You can have simple models that are really good. And good, how you define good is if does the end result meet the requirements of the task that you're trying to achieve? So, back to Sims. Just because a simulator uses lookup tables or uses a procedural model versus a God knows what else methodology, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But you have people that will, for some reason, if you show some people like a bunch of grass or deforming tires or lots of data on the screen, or go, wow, you know, this model can do this and this and this in these situations, and it calculates all these things, or, oh, this has 5 contact points versus 1, or this has infinite contact points. It means nothing. It's completely irrelevant. Well, it's not completely irrelevant, but from the perspective of a player, all that matters is, do the cars generally handle in a somewhat realistic way? From the perspective of like a race team that's using a driving simulator for testing purposes, what matters to them, they might not even care if the car handles realistically for the driver in the simulator. What they want is like, does the data that comes out of the sim, is it of use for knowing if the component we're testing improves car performance? Does the data help us predict tyre wear when we go to a set? You know, they couldn't give a shit about how nice it actually handles from the driver's perspective. It's about what's the utility of a given model. So I just wish people wouldn't regurgitate stuff they see in YouTube videos. I don't know why it's cloudy. I made the steering too sensitive. It drives like a car for the most part, so it feels all right. I'm going around in circles. This car seems to trip over itself through those corners, or wants to trip over itself. I'm struggling to drive this though because it feels really. Yeah, I don't know. I can't drive this car. I don't like it. Let's give the new Ferrari a bash. Right, here we go. Any force feedback change in the update? Not really. Not in the ways that people like me would like. Everything's a step down. The Saudi Audi's the pinnacle of motorsport. Hello, Jack to Pieces. I mean, if you paint a car in gold, you're good. Got a good vehicle there. Do you know what? I really like, you know, cars where you feel like you're closer to the ground. So like the seating position. Thanks, Jack to Pieces. The seating position in the McLaren is really, really nice. I'm having this screen on my sim rig here. It's so like handy. I'm really bad at gear shifting and shifting at the wrong time. Having a screen with a giant red bar on it telling me to shift is very, very handy. Realism matters for sure. Well, if you want it to be realistic, but you have to define realism because reality is almost infinitely complex and it's very hard to do a lot of things. So there's always going to be various compromises. Completely disconnected pretty much. What matters is that the end result is realistic, not the method used to get to that end result. From a sim racing playing a game perspective, various methods for getting an end result might be more useful for getting data out of a simulator or doing various things, you know. Get a fan so you can feel the wind blowing through your hair. Exactly. Right, we're going to be starting right at the back here because I changed car last minute. It's £7. It's a good price. Not by everyone exotic. You've just been watching in Hammer videos. Don't watch individual YouTubers' videos and then base everything you say on, or go to specific individual forums and base everything on that individual source. You should, you know, any sim racing forum or YouTuber that's been totally honest will be like, will say outright they don't have an effing clue when it comes to objective aspects of simulation, because unless you're the physics programmer of the title and you've seen the source code and you fully understand it, all you can say is, all you can claim is, you can go, oh, it seems good. You know. Or you can go, all you can say is, or you can be like, oh, well, this simulator's got the utility that we require from it for maybe our driver testing or whatever you're doing. Exotic, real-world drivers like different simulators. It's not, boring conversation. It's more that David Prell, Jan... Yeah, you get that with other sims, though, as well. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not disagreeing with them. I'm just saying you have real-world drivers saying that about every sim. Oh, get ready, guys. Fasten your seatbelts. Well, this is often a thing, isn't it? You'll have a real-world driver going, "Oh, R-Factor 1's the best sim. GT Sport's the best sim. God knows what is the best sim. Well, iRace is best sim." It's like, hang on, how many hours have you actually spent in all the different simulators? And, you know, a lot of the time they've only just played the one sim that happens to have their car. And they might not even played it for that long. It's more like, oh, they've just had a promotional thing. You should be... Oh, what's going on there? I'm not saying that they're necessarily wrong, but a lot of it, from my experience, a lot of the time... Okay, I'll take advantage of that. A lot of the time, they haven't actually had that much time in the simulators. Not in all cases. No, he's done a lot of sim racing. Lando Norris does a lot of sim racing in various simulators. You know, there's... You can't extrapolate from a real-world driver or any particular person saying, wow, this is the best sim. You can't. It depends on what they've done. I have verbal diarrhea. Yeah, it's part of the job, isn't it? I think that's the case with sim races though as well. Like, people tend to gravitate towards whichever game they tend to do best in, and it will make it more enjoyable. And obviously the way ego works is that if you do better in a sim, it must be more realistic because it means you're a better driver. Do you know what I mean? And it's probably going to be more, it will be more fun if you can take to a given simulator naturally. It will be more enjoyable because obviously it will be less frustrating to play. So that'll make it a better it'll make it a better game for the person playing it, so it will actually be more fun for them. I don't think you can join it when it's on. This Ferrari makes a lot more sense to me than the Mercedes. That Mercedes was like really floppy. This Ferrari's super tight. Yeah, maybe it's turning in a bit better. Oh, don't hit me. I moved out of the way a little bit there. It's a good move. Is that Paul Smith? Get out. It's a nice move by him. Controller, you should. Have you tried iRacing with IIFFB? I find that makes it a lot easier. Oh my god. I find with ACC there's not that much freedom for the driver in terms of what they can do. Yeah, like iRacing is very much like this. There's a very specific singular way to drive it, and that's it. Whereas I find with the original AC and Live for Speed, I can't think of other examples off the top of my head, but I find with those sims, there's a lot more that you can do as a driver. Like, it's probably to do with controllable slip. Thing is, though, in ACC, you can't, you can overdrive, but it's obviously immediately detrimental to lap time. So in both ACC and iRacing, a lot of the driving is done sort of under the limit rather than on the limit, if that makes sense. All the dynamic dampener does in ACC is increase dampening as you speed up, I believe. Trying to send it up the inside on the worst corner for trying to send it up the inside. Whoa, sneaking up the inside here. Nice driving by Paul Smith. Gave it way too much throttle there. I think the back might be more willing to pop out on the throttle than previously. Whoops. Gasper's made a huge error up front. Oh, Jesus. What's going on with that corner? I don't know. I've just got the camera zoomed in on the dash. I know. I need to try. I think next race I'll put the rear mirror on. I want to fiddle around with some graphics settings as well. They've given an option so you can control the frame rate of the mirrors, which is good. I mean, Kunos have constantly been optimizing ACC. No, it's not going to be any better in VR, particularly. The game would need to run like 3 times faster. Pretty much, Ivan. Oh, thanks, L-Plate there. He did a good job of not driving into us there. Trying to find the limit. Oh, the game sounds low. on my stream, or... Yeah, all the cars are actually very susceptible to the back sliding out with steering angle. So you have to be very careful not to, at high speed, not to turn too much. Trying to get a feel for it. Well, there's been an accident there. Surely that is. Gasper's gone. Unlucky. I might be giving it too much lift off oversteer, which is why the back's popping out so much. I'm just struggling to find the limit and then keep it on that limit. Oh, we're near. We're almost back to 7th place. 7th life. Doesn't matter what we drive, what we're doing. 7th at everything in life. I think the game sounds are fantastic in this. Car's wider. It's wider than you think. And that was an accidental gear shift. Yeah, the track models are really, really nice in this. Oh, Paul, he's done it. Look, everyone else is doing what I was doing as well. Whoa! 2 places. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that corner, the cars are like very... easy to just go winkle wonkle. So I'm not sure why. I'm definitely. It seems to me that I feel like this new Ferrari's less of a plank than the previous one. Well, you should have put pillows on your bumper, Gasper. The DLC will be coming out later for the console versions of the game. Oh no, Wim, I'm sorry. I've actually been drinking a lot of coffee recently. to like try and stay awake. And no, also Lidl's Gold Blend tea is. They've changed the blend. It doesn't taste the same. So I probably have to go back to Twinings, which is annoying because Twinings is like 4 times the price of Lidl's Gold Blend. See that? So what's happening now in the tighter corners? doing the trail braking, and then the back's basically giving out, and then you lose force feedback, and it kind of goes into traction control slide mode. And I think the key is to avoid getting into those slides, but it's hard to. Look, it's doing it there. It's just stuck in a shitty slide. I'm not sure. Like, trying to feel that out to, like, keep it just under that. I don't know if it's got the force feedback information for that. If that makes sense. You don't want to be in a giant slide. Lost it exactly. My ex-girlfriend's mum got me into coffee. I never used to drink coffee, and then she would always bring it around. My parents drink a lot of coffee as well. There we go again. Maybe if I counter steer quick enough, it will stop it getting into that type of slide. Well, I could put more traction control on as well, actually. Yeah, R-Factor 2 is alright. It's just a bit of a mess, user interface and stuff. But it's the force feedback can be quite nice on it. The GT cars are quite fun. Oval racing, well, because there's quite a divide between oval racing and track racing in terms of, at the end of the day, iRace is going to be the only thing available. I don't know what's going on through that. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't think it should be that crazy. The back goes over the limit, and then it's in that slide. Well, R-Factor 2 and AMS2 are different sims, so you know. Thomas Schmidt coming up behind us. We just got Schmitted. Maybe the car's bottoming out through. Well, it's doing on other corners actually. I was going to say. The behaviour of the rear of the car is very binary. Target's ahead. I don't know. The brakes seem to be. I mean, they're kind of mushy in this, but it's ABS GT3 cars. It's just how they are. Oh yeah, these new brakes are awesome. Thomas Schmidt's off. I have a suspicion that the new tyres might be more sensitive to steering input. You know, it could be like caster settings or who knows. It seems to be more sensitive. Like the back seems to want to come out more based off steering angle. Thomas Schnitzel. Brewer's coming up behind us here. Oh my god, it's like in and out of... like... I don't know if it's the force feedback or the physics. It's like you turn in and it's like... something really off about it. Like delayed or something. Ah, he picked me on the last corner. Nice overtake. Hello, Terry man. Oh! Didn't break there. Oh, no. Nice overtake. Yeah... I don't know, just something just seems weirdly weird. Oh man. Right, I don't know what track we're going to next. Oh, it's Mr. Paul Smith. Hello, man. Not 7th, unfortunately. Sim could really do with some seat of the pants force feedback. It was a nice track model. We could do Spa. Random course time 1, well done. Alright, Paul. Just eat my apples, guys. Getting your tea. Yeah. I'm not sure what track we go to next. It was a good move, Mr. Burrs. Well done, random call sign. S. Nancy, C. Forza, M. Zarski, P. Portikin, Porotkin, D. Love, Thomas Schnitzel, E. Brewers. Nice driving, guys. I was all over the place with this car. T in capital letters is the password. I don't think they do slide that much, Exotic. I think what it is they super grip, and then over the limit they slide a lot. And that transition is very small. I think he's just making a new server. Well done to Random Call Side for winning. You guys should subscribe to him. See the lap times. Can't remember how to do this. you not? I don't know what's going on there. I'll check it out, Speed Force Sim Racer. Right, here we go. Whew. We'll might stick with the Ferrari, see if I can get to grips with it. See what options we got. Right. Yeah, I think Chili Dog's going to make a new server with the new track. And there we go. Thank you, Chili Dog, for that. Appreciate it. How are you finding this? Is it the server's all right to set up? Loading. Server list loading. Oh no, an error occurred. There it is. There he is. Oh, we get to do the pit lane of death. Perfect. Yeah, I don't really feel any real notice difference in the force feedback. As I say, the thing it needs is seat of the pants. Some kind of seat of the pants feel, something for the G-forces. That I think that is the crux of what you're feeling in Assetto Corsa that's not in this, and what you feel in R Factor 2, although maybe not as much. And what you get in Live for Speed. And it's that range, that lead-in range of force feedback is so handy to have a feel for what the car's about to do. And it gives you a really good sense of the state of the car. Right, let's just go with the aggressive preset and not change it. I proceed to change it. It's not what I wanted to change the fuel. There we go. Have any of you in chat got an AccuForce wheel? Hello, Leonardo Cachella. How's it going? Get ready to die of old age. Anyone can join this. Oh, the server's crashed. Okay. I was just about to drive to the end of the pit lane. Okay, we'll restart. Restart the server. Can we have a rewind? Their DD wheel? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It would be interesting to see what Thrustmaster do. They don't typically do particularly ultra high-end stuff. Other than, well, actually, even the flight sim stuff they do is not really that high-end. It's like nicely presented, but it's pretty basic. The dad wheel. It's a wheel that will rock your child to sleep. This little house here. It's nice. The pedals are awesome. Yeah, really nice. Really nice pedals. Can't complain. They're quite expensive, but, you know, they're nice. No, there's no improvement with that. Whoa! What's happening there? What strikes me as weird is you would have a slider in a simulator for stuff like track texture as a force feedback effect, because you're like, people like to be able to feel the road texture because it adds immersion, right? But that doesn't help you drive at all. So you have a slider for that, but you don't have like a seat of the pants type thing. It's weird. It's so arbitrary. Yeah, I've got the road texture on a little bit, just for the sake of it. Normally I have it off. Get in there, guys. Even my force feedback joystick in X-Plane 11 has a G-force effect that's basically seat of the pants. It's like, as you apply more Gs, it gets stronger. The password is always T. There we go. Right, aggressive setup here. I think this new... I think for fans of ACC, this new Ferrari, I think, is a bit more fun to drive. Seems that way. A bit more, maybe a little bit less plankish. A little bit more nimble. Right, let's see how this goes. I drove that and it just seemed like all delayed and a bit sluggish. I mean, like, I don't know. I could go from like AC to R Factor 2, Live for Speed, even AMS2, which is cars are a bit all over the place. I can go from those sims. Just jump from sim to sim there, and I don't feel like I'm out. iRacing with IIFFB is not too bad. That again, iRacing kind of feels a bit out there. But most of the sims, I feel like you can just jump into them, and I don't feel disconnected from the car at all. Look at the fencing. It's nice dinosaur fencing there. Keeps the dinosaurs from getting onto the racetrack. You've got to keep the dinosaurs in the pit lane. Bertie, the world's longest pit lane. Oh dear. Cold tyres. Move the brake bias a bit. All round, the original Assetto Corsa, I think, is the best sim. For just end drive. For the pleasure of driving race cars. I'm not using this steering hack. Thank you, Nathan Pill. Hello, Antus56. I'm alright, thanks, yeah. I could do it. I might have some steak and chips after this stream. I'm starving. Try and do a moderate lap in this. A moderately acceptable lap. Cheesy pasta bake. Carborama. I think the thing with the original Assetto Corsa is it's just so communicative as to what's going on and why through the force feedback. And, you know, maybe the tyres are arguably too forgiving in a sense. But given you don't feel sod all in the simulator for G-forces, you just... in the original AC, you're just... The nature of what you're doing to hold the car at the limit just makes sense. Like, it's the balancing of a car at the limit makes sense in AC. And it's the only sim, or it's the best sim at doing that. I've not used the G2 runners. Hopefully it is good. This is just weird. When you turn, you get to the point where the back then goes over the limit, and you're then in a slide. It's just like it's. I can't explain it. It's just really weird. It's very on and off. I don't know, I'm only running this at like 60% in game and 50% in the wheel. Probably about the same amount of strength as what you get from a Club Sport wheelbase. Oh, you can have it so it's strong. If I turn the force speed back up, it'll be strong. I think part of what it is it's the... So as you go around those corners, you slide a little bit, right? But the force feedback just turns off at that point. Like, well, it doesn't turn off, but like you have resistance from the force feedback, and then when you get a little bit of slip angle, and you can hear this slide and see it visually, the force feedback effectively stops as if you've gone totally over the limit. Like, you lose force feedback information. Force feedback black market. Oh, I rocketed through there. Anyone in chat got an AccuForce wheel? Oh, come on, don't be a knob. I think he was trying to get out of the way, maybe. Like, the force feedback's actively getting in the way for me to take those corners properly. It's like there's a hump. It's weird. Yeah, this game's force feedback absolutely kills me. Now, it'd be really interesting, because with the AccuForce wheels, you've got that seat of the pants thing. I need to really try it out with this. Definitely with iRacing, IIFFB, the seat of the pants setting totally transforms what it's like to drive that and know where the limit is. AccuForce was like one of the first widely available consumer DD wheels. In America, they're pretty good value for money. Especially if you get, when they're on sale, Black Friday stuff. The shipping can be quite expensive if you're getting one in other countries. Spa's a good track to get for testing cars, because you've got these long corners. It makes it very obvious what they're doing. Where they're doing it. Hello, Doberman. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Man, ACC just doesn't do it for me. It's nice that there's a lot of people that enjoy it. That's good. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't think of another sim that just doesn't do it for me as much as ACC. iRacing before IRFFB. Maybe someone can hack in. Oh, I'll get out of the way here. Maybe someone can hack in the IRFFB like they did with into ACC. Yeah, you go back to AC after playing this, and I don't know how anyone could be like, oh yeah, you know, I could see the the server just died, I think. Oh dear, or maybe he just died. I could see how you might prefer the actual handling of the car, like the nature of the physics. I can totally get how you might like that. That's fine. You know, everyone likes different physics, you know, whatever. It's just a... Yeah, what sensitivity? I don't know what's... I don't know what you're talking about, Hatch. How do you know what sensitivity I'm running? Yeah, Gasper, lot files don't address lacking force feedback. Yeah, the sensitivity in the game is not... I'm not running like ludicrous sensitivity. Also, the steering... If your wheel is set to the same as the game, when you're in the garage setting for the car, the steering sensitivity will be from the steering rack. The steer ratio will affect the steering sensitivity. So you could run like not 10 that whatever degrees, as high as your wheel goes, and line it up with the sim, and then you could turn the steering ratio down, and your steering sensitivity will be tighter. I'm not running my silly. That video was more just a way to get around some aspects of the nature of what you can't feel in this, and that means you then rely on the force feedback of the suspension compression as an indicator. When we before this update, the Ferraris wouldn't be first, would they? It was always the Nissan. Yeah, the lot file thing. It's like with a DD wheel, you don't need to do stuff like that. It's like you can feel what the Sims innate force feedback is. If it's there, you'll feel it with a DD wheel. Yeah, I think the pants thing is probably the best way to communicate it. Like beforehand, I wouldn't know what words to use to communicate what's missing. But having used IRFFB and its specific seat of the pants setting, which I believe uses the G load, the telemetry of the lateral G load to generate force feedback, I think that might actually be, that's the specific thing that I think is missing. And that I think is what you kind of need to drive from feel in a driving simulator. And I think all sims should have it. As I say, in flight sims with X-Plane 11, it has a G-force for the force feedback joystick. It has that. It's just called G-force effect, but it's the same as seat of the pants. And literally, all it does is as you're in a plane, as you're pulling more G's, the force feedback gets stiffer. Or there's more resistance there. And it really gives you that illusion that you are pulling G's and putting strain on the aircraft because it's stiffer to actually move the joystick. And it lets you feel how much weight you're putting on the airframe. You could turn that off and you just feel the load from the ailerons, which would be the equivalent of like AC, where you're just feeling the steering rack feel. But given how much, as I say, IIFFB, it totally transforms iRacing for me. With fast cars, like I literally can't drive them because iRacing has a very brutal tire model, a very unforgiving tire model. So being able to feel to intuitively feel that you're getting up to the limit through the force feedback really allows you to negate that difficulty of what happens when you go over the limit in iRacing. I definitely have to do a video on it. But, yeah. I don't think Kunos are interested in it. A lot of people just seem... I think a lot of people don't use force feedback as a... particularly as a cue to drive from. It's more of an immersion thing. I think a lot of people also set the force feedback up in really arbitrary, weird ways. Just drifting that. Yeah, we survived the first corner. It's nice. Mate, it's not the corner. I haven't tried the Porsche yet. Maybe I'll try that next. Well, this is the other thing. So Kunos are working with Logitech to put the bullshit True Force stuff in. I mean, it's not total bullshit. It's various vibrations and stuff taken from the game. If you're going to do that, why not put something in there that every force feedback wheel can use and is actually of use to actual drive, you know, to feeling out where the limit is? Bend over backwards for some bollocks. True Force. I was doing commentary for a race, which Aris was in, and at the end of it, Aris is like, because Logitech's a sponsor of it, he's like, yes, well, you know, the True Force really makes a difference. Like, oh, come on. It's a nice thing to have. It's a nice little gimmick, and it does, you know, could add a bit of immersion, which is fine. And I understand it's business and marketing and stuff. I get it. But not everyone has a Logitech wheel, and it doesn't help you drive. Yeah, yeah. ACC has a lot of fanboys. It's like Project Cars 2 had a lot of fanboys. Like, all these sims have a lot of fanboys. I believe, at its core, I think True Force... Oh, contactor! Nice line. At its core, what I think True Force is upgraded circuitry on the Logitech wheel, the Gene, whatever it is now. And I don't know if it's... I don't think it's an additional motor. I think there might just be better voltage regulation. And what it does is the simulator can send a direct signal to the motor essentially, so it can do a defined response that I think allows it to give a very clear output for specific types of rumble. I think that's at the core of what True Force is. Really what it is Logitech want to release exactly the same product for the 10th year in a row, and they needed something to differentiate it from the previous product that doesn't really cost anything in manufacturing and has no risk of changing the framework of what already worked quite well. So that's what True Force is. The cynic, the British cynicism review of True Force. I've not actually used a True Force wheel, but I'm just going by my understanding. So I could be talking complete BS, but I think that's... I don't think what I've said is unreasonable. The G29, there's nothing wrong with the Logitech wheels. They're great bits of kit. Good bits of kit. All right, AB. You mean the animation engine? I see what you're saying. You mean the animations are run at 10 FPS? I get you. Going back, yeah. I did some random mod stuff for the original Half-Life. It was just texture stuff, but I need to turn my force back down a bit. It's clipping. Hello, Michael Surfer. My brake pedal feels fantastic. I've got it set up so it just squishes a bit before it gets super hard. It feels really... It almost feels hydraulic despite it just being rubber. I would... I'd like the squishy dampener to just be a touch more squishy. But it's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm really lucky. I do have absolutely fantastic equipment. Fanatec DD1 steering wheel. Really nice Asus widescreen monitor. This SimLab thing we're just reviewing, this monitor screen. Yeah, Mecha cut pedals. I haven't forgot that I am lucky that I have all this stuff. I do not take it for granted. I did get the monitor for free, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't even take like having central heating for granted. I mean, it's so nice having a boiler that works. Oh dear. I'd say that's the most important part of a house, a boiler that works. Hot water on demand is amazing. We're getting faster here. Functional toilet. Yeah, but worst case, you can just go for a walk and have a poo in the forest. Bloody hell. That is not a happy car through there. It's because the race session's on. A roof. Yeah, roofs are pretty good. Umbrella works though as a roof. Guns are better. We don't have guns in the UK, Antoine. Well, we do, but not many. You and your bloody guns. Oh, you're just obsessed with weaponry. We have bows and arrows over here. Don't mess with an angry Brit. Throw some used tea bags at you. I'm always left foot braking. Unless I'm driving H pattern. Even then sometimes I left foot brake. Tea bags for life. Here we go again. Guns, computers, and Asian women. What about an Asian robot that has guns for arms? That's your perfect. That's your perfect woman right there. I missed the break point by a bit. I just have to rebrand. Rebranding existing tea bags. I would do that. That would be good. Oh, Jesus, he's dead. I don't know who that was, but they're gone. Totally illegal line. Fortunately, the marshals... Ah, there we go. Marshals did catch it. It was worth it, though. I think you get the hang of left foot braking. Just if you do it a lot. You get the hang of it. It's not that hard. It's more just a habit thing. It's like having a gear stick on the left or right side of your car or sim rig. I don't drive a car. I don't own a car. I don't even have a full driving license. What are you doing? I drive Amazon shoes. I might get a car next year though. I'm getting to a point where I could actually do with having a car. But yeah, I've never needed one. I've always lived right next door to train stations, and I've always worked either worked jobs that I could walk to or work for myself. Again, where I could work remotely or wherever. So it, you know, just didn't need a car. Well, so whenever I've done real world driving, the thing is you're not shifting gear that quickly, so you don't really need to you don't really need to heel and toe, or like, you know, you're not balancing the car at the limit. You're pottering along it in the UK between 30. Now, most of the time I guess you're driving about, on a motorway you're just using the, what's it called, the speed control stuff. Country lanes, you're not going to be going over 50 particularly. So, you know, you're never really going fast in a road car. Like you never brake. You're not like threshold braking in a road car. This is what I find funny. People are like, oh, they're like, oh well, you know. You don't drive on the road. It's like sim racing race driving has virtually nothing to do with road driving. Euro Truck Sim does. It's like you don't think that no one would say go-karting is like driving on a public road. It's if you're at the limit of your tyres in your road car, unless it's snowing or your tyres are bollocksed, or you're on ice or mud or something, you shouldn't be at the limit of the tyres at national speed limits. And if you are, you're going too fast. Random call sign, hello. I was concentrating on my lines here. Power slide out of that. Whiskey Frisky, thank you. You're happy? Why? What were you saying? Ah, okay. I see how it is. Are you still streaming? Are you finished? What do you think of the sim random call sign? What's your YouTube review? Hit the like button. Oh, you finished. Fair enough. Ah, Jesus. Guys, don't listen to anything random call sign says. He's terrible. Terrible sim opinion. Derek Spears design Race King. If go and load up Assetto Corsa random call sign. How's it going? Have I rated it out of T? No, not yet. It's Coyote Racing. I don't enjoy the driving in ACC. It's just dull. So I give it like 5 tea bags. The lack of seat of the pants force feedback just makes it feel bland. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. But the GT4 cars haven't changed at all. You actually get much better racing with GT4, but then nobody races them online. Have they updated the GT4 cars at all? That's what's weird with ACC fans and stuff. Is that the GT4 cars, you get closer online racing. They've got more communicative force feedback. They're less like just planted. They're better objectively. They're better like they're better, more interesting cars. I mean, obviously, what someone might like something else, so better without quantifying it's kind of difficult. I think that they're harder to drive quickly. They're easier to drive slowly. If that makes sense. GT4 cars, that is. Yeah, it's like the appeal for GT3 is not really the handling, I don't think. I think it's more that people are like, oh, it's a Ferrari, it's a Porsche, it's a Lambo, you know. Well, surely for competitive multiplayer racing, if that was the case, it would need to run at a better frame rate, and still, you'd have to have you still have to have enjoyable handling for that. And presumably you'd need some kind of matchmaking. If that was the purpose. Mr. Gerald Mandam, it depends what the issue is, presumably, and also how many repairs they're doing. It's hard to say. I think they do have a dedicated repair place, though. F1 2020, I can't remember what it actually feels like. It might actually have more seat of the pants feel in F1 2020. I think in F1 2020 the physics are a bit baked though, aren't they? They've had to get as much as possible out of the current Cody's engine. It'll be really interesting to see what happens with 2021 if they change game engine and what goes on with that. Well, no, they might do, Paul, in the sense that they... even the last Dirt game has a lot of components. Well, it's a different engine to the previous Dirt game. And there's a lot of different components in it. What they probably do is they amalgamate their various technologies. I'm pretty sure the next... It's not because they want to, but it's just the next-gen consoles will have somewhat forced it. YouTube has killed GT4 and ACC. I actually quite like the GT4 cars in ACC. No one drives them online. Like, you try and find a GT4 race, it's dead. I think all the ACC players just want to drive Spa in GT3 cars. Hang on a minute. Where are we now? I mean, this is what seems to happen a lot in AC. Like, you see the situation here where everyone's just split up by, like, huge margins. This seems to happen a lot more in ACC than it does in other simulators. And I think that's because of the really somewhat binary nature. I mean, it's probably not the case. Like, for people that get it, they're all, like, bunched up together. But unless you get it, this should be a very defined cut-off. Chili Dog, are you? Can you do another server? Can you do a GT4 server with I don't know what track. Silverstone GT4 would be fun. 15 minutes race rather than 20. Nice overtake by Mzowski there. Audi Sport Balloons grounded. Oh, I need to open a window. Boiling in. Need more tea. Almost 7th. It's a good. Spa is a good track, yeah. I'm not sure about doing fireworks in the middle of the day. It seems a bit wasteful. Thanks, Chili Dog. I might need to get a drink here. Oh. Okay. We do it. Oh, is there 2020 GT4 cars as well then? Hey, 2020 Silverstone doesn't have 2020. Oh, how does this work? Yeah, I could do Nürburgring. Why would they not have? It's a bit stupid. Why would you not? Just an. Jesus. This is licensing. There's no... All the GT4 cars are not 2020 though, are they? We're just going to drive GT4 because it's more fun. I don't care which version it is. Yeah. Just give it the first letter of the track you want. What was I going? Oh yeah, I was just trying the resolution setting. Oh, resolution. Here we go. So it's probably tanked my frame rate, but I want it a bit sharper. Why would you get a different wheel? What are you on about? Does anyone know how to fix G920 force feedback? If it's not turning, rebind it. Rebind your steering wheel in game. Maybe the game's lost one of the axes or something. If your wheel's working in other stuff, just rebind it. Maybe delete the config file, and then that might fix it. I don't know. Macau, what a terrible track. I mean, they drive Macau on motorbikes. Macau's an interesting circuit. We'll put it that way. It's definitely an interesting one. I don't know, maybe it would run better, Leonard, because all the buildings would block off the track, so maybe it would allow the frame rate to be higher because it's more in line with what Unreal Engine typically is used with. What's a better way to drive into a wall on a bike? Okay, here we go. Just making a server here. Oh, Why is this not working? Server's been up for 5 minutes. I don't know. I don't know how these things work. Oh, here we go. Game of Muscle GT4. The password is T. Doesn't get more clear than that. Which GT4 car shall I go for then? I think I might go for the McLaren. Oh, isn't it? Are these bopped correctly? I don't know which one to go for here. Yeah. Oh. The Unreal Engine is used for a lot of real-time cinematic stuff. It's quite interesting, but they have like beast machines for that. The Jeanette is terrible. Well, that's not necessarily totally real time when it's rendered out for films, you know. As you'll notice, screenshots of video games that use Unreal Engine look fantastic. Yeah, let's go for the Maserati. I'm gonna go with that. No. Whoa! Losing my wheel here. We don't need that. We've got an amazing screen on the sim rig here. That'll do. See how this Mazda handles. Fantastic sounds. Oh, we don't have ABS with these, do we? Oh, no, it's off. Do we have ABS? Or is it this car doesn't have it? It feels so slow compared to GT3. It's pretty funny. Oh, no TC either. My camera height's way too high. I feel like I'm driving a bus here. This is them. They haven't done a new one. I haven't, Colo, no. Oh, it's so nice having a little dash screen as I lock up. I want the back to come out before it locks up. That's better. Ah, don't talk about food. I'm starving. I'm absolutely starving. I do have a steak in the fridge. I'll probably have that. Spaghetti. I don't have any spaghetti. But that would be nice. Oh, no, I just keep locking at the rear. Yeah, did you overcook it? 55 degrees centigrade in the centre. You can eat steak raw as long as you cook the outside of it. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm expecting... I think I might go with a different car. Forget that.
What is the motive behind this demand? Necessity. Necessity for money. I'm not supplying money for necessities.
Cook that steak medium rare.
Medium.
Like normal people.
Tartar steak. Right, forget that. Let's try the Porsche. Good, beautiful. Thank you for that donation, random call sign. I like my steak to still be mooing. I mean, only 10 people are... Oh, Jesus. Oh, turn the view. I mean, it's nice having individual car settings. I'm like luxurious sim rig man here. Oh, this definitely handles better. Feel sorry for the Maserati. I'm quite a fan of the brand, like those cars in general. I think they look really nice. But let's be real. No, it's all right. We'll keep going with this. Let's be real. Porsches are probably better than Maseratis on balance. Maseratis are nice for the road, for chatting up women that just want to look at your car. That's what they're for. Mind you, you have to like squeeze yourself into them because they're so close to the ground. You have to do the limbo every time you want to get inside of it. Oh, no. I mean, little steaks are good value, but they're probably like genetically modified cows. No, they're alright. I don't know. Steak, innit? I'd eat a dog steak. I mean, it's probably not much steak on a dog. It'd have to be a very big dog. Well, the thing with steak is, it's not really where you get it from. It's the specific freshness and randomness. You know, I've had expensive steaks that weren't very good and cheap ones that were amazing, so... Lidl steaks are made out of are made out of retired staff. You're not allowed to retire from Lidl. They put a captive bolt into the back of your head and that's it. You're the steak. Roldy Wellback. My opinion is that I don't know how to take that corner in this car. Just use whatever whatever field of view you like, man. If you want better visibility, just use the bonnet. I mean, if you see how I've got this on the dash here, you basically get, it's effectively like an internal bonnet cam, so that's what I like. I find it's a good compromise when you're on a monitor. See, there's a lot of what I would describe as idiot sim racers. There's a couple of tropes. One of them is like the field of view police. Fair enough, if someone's driving at like insane field of views without trying lower field of views, you know, fine. But you have like the idiot sim racer that's like, oh, you're not using a field of view calculator. It's not realistic. It's like, oh, shut up, mate. It's a monitor, and someone's playing a game. Who cares? And it's not VR. VR is the only way to get it like actual, somewhat real-world field of view. So, yeah, the field of view thing is a typical idiot sim racer comment. What are the other idiot sim racer comments? It's my next video. Five things that idiot sim racers say. iRacer is the most realistic simulator. Yeah, this field of view is all right. So what I found to be a really good, going back to vintage muscle, what I found to be really good was if you set it up so that it feels like your real-world steering wheel is coming out of the virtual car. That really makes it quite immersive. I used to do that on my 22-inch monitor with the G25. Your cat wants to punch me. Well, sure it's not the only thing that wants to punch me. Field of view is not going to make you slower or faster. So much of hot lapping and sim racing is just repeating the same task, so people can be really fast with whatever. Oh no, Speed Force Sim Racer! Well, order it with a credit card, then you can, and if you order it online, you're in Europe, you get a 7-day return window, so by all means. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing of the dash in a driving simulator is it can be a handy reference to let you know the sort of slip of the car, and also the compression of suspension and stuff, and the bumpiness of the track and what have you. So it gives you a reference for how wide your car is as well. I guess if you're on the bonnet camera, it's a similar thing as... Yeah, at the end of the day, life is too bloody short. If someone enjoys playing driving sims from chase cam, who cares? If that's what they enjoy, by all means do that. Hello, Colin Mack. You should call yourself Mac Man with that icon. Oh no, that's it. I like Forza Horizon with the gamepad. I really enjoyed this. I played about 15 hours, well maybe like 8 hours or so, 5 hours, I don't know. Quite a few hours with the gamepad in Forza Horizon, and then played like 15-20 hours with the wheel. It's good fun. There's nothing wrong with it. The tracking, the hand tracking on the G2 is not as good as some of the other headsets. The field of view is quite narrow, but from what I understand, the sound on it's good. For driving sims and stuff, the tracking will be fine because it will just use the gyroscopes for that sort of thing. For sims, I imagine it's fine. Yeah. I mean, I've not used one myself, so I don't know for sure, but I'd imagine it'd be great. Maybe the motion smoothing probably isn't as good as Oculus. That's the same with the Valve Index. For whatever reason, the Oculus drivers, the motion smoothing is really good. Oh, thank you. That's some safety rating gone. The field of view is not terrible. It's just not as good as the Valve Index. It'll be in the same ballpark as like Oculus Quest 2. Aliasing. Aliasing would just be from the render resolution that you run the headset at. Oh, Chile, the race is 20 minutes. Only a 15-minute race. Everyone's spread out by 20 minutes. You're just driving around by yourself. Oh, get a ban on Chili Dog. Totally, he can't follow instructions. I mean, you get these people, you don't pay them anything, and look what they do. I'm going to steal one of Chili Dog's wine bottles when he's not looking. That Speed 4 sim race doesn't make any sense. Anti-aliasing is down to the game, not the headset. I mean, the higher resolution the screen, the less aliasing there will be. But a lower resolution screen, it's easier to run more anti-aliasing on the software side. So, yeah, anti-aliasing is down to your software and your settings predominantly. Ah, no, Chili Dog. This is why I want Automobilista 2 to be good. It's nice and easy to do your own hosting. Yeah, ready. Porsche Bonanza. Who's B Chubb? Why are you not racing, Chili Dog, today? That was a bit aggressive. Forgot I was in a GT4 car then. Well, weirdly, the simulation setting in Forza makes the steering worse with the wheel. I don't know what that's about. Oh, come on. That was my fault. I think he did turn in on me, but I shouldn't have put my car there. Sorry. DD girl. Sorry for that. Being there. What? Why is the car not slowing down? Oh. Bit of a squeeze. I like how the BMW just looks like a road car. With a big wing put on the back of it. I mean, I guess all of these look like road cars, but, you know, the BMW literally just looks like your bog standard road car. Hello, Counter Debate. I know, I was alright. Like, the contact was the fault of the car on the outside. I just didn't need to put my car in that position for it to happen. Like, I had the car was on the inside. My car was on the inside before the start of the corner, and I wasn't wondering why. Car on the outside cut across and hit into me. Oh. Only has primer on it. Oh no, we can't get beaten by DD Gill. This is unacceptable. I forgot to open my window. It's bloody boiling in here. Cuts glare. How many of you guys watching have a little screen on your steering wheel? Like use your mobile phone or what have you? It's really not. It's actually surprisingly adds to the immersion. Just having a little screen that's got the gear shifter on it. I'm hardly ever looking at it. It's more when it just turns red to know when to shift. I think it's the graphics card, Richard, that's the hottest thing. I don't think the AMD chips get that hot. But the 2080 Ti... Oh no, you just have to put your phone in your VR headset. Oh, that's good, Rowdy. Yeah, that's what I was using before. Definitely a good idea. It's a shame this update came out today because the race room do their endurance, ranked endurance race on Wednesdays, which I keep missing. I really want to do it. Setting i9 to win. Yeah, you don't really need central heating if you've got a PC with modern processors in. just run a demanding game and that's it. Yeah, it's the SimLab one. I should have the review out soon. Trying to edit it up as quick as possible. I was filming it yesterday and trying it out yesterday. It's really good. You just use SimHub. Get a nice little dash on there. It's expensive though, but you know. Yeah, well, can't debate. It'll be interesting to see, won't it? I'm all for. I really want to see AMD absolutely rip Nvidia a new one, so that Nvidia have to drop their prices, and well, you know, just so there's competition. The only thing is that Nvidia have got their fingers in the developers to such an extent that I'm not sure how much they you know, how much they can compete, even if they do better hardware technically. But don't the Xbox and the PlayStation 5 both use AMD graphics cards? Yeah, so that's good in the sense that it likely means that the games will be optimized primarily for them, as the majority of the gaming market is on console in terms of sales numbers. It's not changed at all, George Villa, really. Maybe there's a little bit more variation, but not in the ways that you know, no seat of the pants change. Unfortunately for people like me. The rear end feel's always been pretty good in this. I mean, the handling is quite abrupt with the GT3 cars anyway, but it's just the handling. Well, you know, everyone's a troll in my chat, so I just take it. DD girl, how am I supposed to catch up with the DD girl? Cheating. Well, that's... There we go. Textbook. John O'Pono. Hello, man. How's it going? Guys, check out John O'Pono's YouTube. He does lots of flight sim recently. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. DD wheels make it. You have a lot of people with like non-DD wheels going, "Oh, the force feedback's changed so much." It's like, I don't know, because a DD wheel makes the force feedback so obvious with every game. The difference between it and a non-DD is like just on another level anyway. With a non-DD, like, all the sims kind of have like varying degrees of different feel because of the different mechanics of the non-DD wheels. Rather than the mechanics of the wheels are the issue, rather than the individual game's actual force feedback, if that makes sense. Hello, Grant Merle. Try and catch the DD girl here. The sound's so good in this game. Like little internal echoes of bits and bobs rattling. Stones on the bottom part of the car. Oh, when did that come out? I've been wanting to jump into American Truck Sim. I'm gonna have to get into that. Yeah, I like. It's a weird game. I was watching Paul Smith play it, and I was like, "Oh, hang on, that looks fun." What he does is instead of using H-pan, he uses the flappy paddles to change gear, and I was like, "Actually, that's genius," because I find it really tedious using the H-pattern in Euro Truck Sim. So I think that's the way to play it. Kind of cheat a little bit, but GT3 driver has helmet and plugs. I had to turn the engine noise down before I went deaf. Well, you say that, Buttons, but it gets really annoying changing through. Like, mine, I just find it in the cities, it's changing gear so much. Buttons, did you design the Ferrari screen on SimHub? The UI thing on this? Well, I say this, on the SimHub dash. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, hey, it's Buttons! It's our Alias channel member, or one of them. And you and Neutronis were the two. I did use the Ferrari one. It does look nice. Oh, nice one. Your dash is in my video. Do you get any money? It's the new SimLab screen. It just came out. We drove. We've already done it, Miller. The Draconite. We did that before this. It is. So is USB-D, is that the controller board for the screen? Is that a specific type of controller board? That's USB powered and what have you? So presumably anyone could buy like a little... Yeah, so... Actually, can you just get the screen and put it in your own housing? And it'll work, and it'll just work. Hello, Pete Jarum. Pete the knees. Is there lag on server or is it direct? It's whoa! I was reading the chat room. I don't think there's lag. Can be expensive. Yeah, well, this SimLab one is 350 quid. So I don't know how much does the screen cost on its own if you were to just buy the screen. To be honest, with SimHub, you can just use your mobile phone and go to go into the web page. Oh no, the phone can get it from the network, and they work pretty good. No, I've not really moaned that much about it. Everyone knows my position on ACC force feedback, and the developers don't care. Lots of ACC users don't care, and therefore it will never change. Not everyone has the degree of force feedback obsession. It's a sad world. You know, it really is sad. If only everyone had the same degree of FFB obsession, of feel. If only everyone, after spending thousands of pounds on force feedback equipment, wanted to actually get the most out of their force feedback equipment. But hey, I will continue the fight. It's not really a fight, is it? The good fight. Exactly, Torin. My obituary will read: played driving simulators, drank tea, complained about ACC's force feedback. That's it. That's all that's needed. The FFB struggle's real. You know, people say the issues facing humanity, COVID, which is hopefully resolving itself gradually, global warming and climate change, you know, wealth inequality, but no, the real issue, ACC's lack of seat of the pants force feedback. That tonight on BBC News. It's been discovered that after being updated multiple times and being released for over a year, Assetto Corsa Competizione still has no seat of the pants force feedback. Many users haven't noticed, but a one bold gamer muscle is still complaining. Dun, 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 dun. That's ITV news, isn't it? Oh, Tack von Kullis. AMS2 is actually improving though. AMS, watch my last video on it. It's actually quite good. There's aspects of AMS2 where it's coming along really nicely. Lock down the frame rate. I have locked down my frame rate. Hello, X-Pop. Exo-Pop. Oh dear. Rather lacking the old grips here. Mild understeer. I've just visited a McDonald's drive-through there. We appear to have understeered ourselves into a fast food restaurant. Oh no, Boardman's in 7th and he's coming for us. Yeah, Madness Engine is fantastic in VR. Woo! Almost got visited by A. Boardman in the bum. Thank you. Do you know what? I need like a little raised footrest for where my brake pedal is, so my foot's slightly higher up the pedal. Oh no, I forgot to change gear. Oh, Jesus. Glorious 7th. King of 7th place. Hear ye. Hear ye. Why do they even say hear ye? Oh yeah, listen, it's listen to me in Old English. What a drive. Oh, he's in the KTM as well. What a beast. It's not an easy car to drive. Well done, Mr. Boardman. Oh. The new gurney flap. Oh, sendit.com. Too late. I can't believe he's beating us in the crossbow. Pedal cam's down the bottom left-hand corner. Well, nice driving, guys. Bloody hell. I'm pooped. I need to get a steak here. I'm dying. Run out of energy. Critical, battery low. Food required. Right, well done. A. Jacquement, James Andrew, P. Porkin, D. Girl, AS, A. Boardman. Good driving there, the KTM. Don't know how you did that. Myself, 7th place. D. Sanders, C. Lees, B. Chubb. Woo! Right. I am gonna make some food. I'm literally shaking from lack of energy here. Brain, I don't know if you noticed, brain shutting down more so than usual. But that oh, nice buttons. That's it. Take the Simucube to bed. Vibrate your wife. Woo! You can both enjoy it. Your whole bed will be set. Put it on 100% force feedback in the middle of the bed. Fun for the whole family. Right. That is the end of that stream, guys, because I'm starving. I'm literally dying. I need to eat something. Good racing. Nice update by Kunos. You know, ACC does not do it for me. There needs to be seat of the pants force feedback. I'm afraid. Without that, it's just bland. I can't feel where the limit is. I can't tell what I need to do to go better. It's just something. It's lacking. Lacking is how it feels. As for the handling, I don't know. GT3 cars, GT4 cars. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not sure how much of that's physics and how much of that's force feedback. But, yeah, you know, it's a nice update. If you're a fan of ACC, you'll enjoy the update. I think there are issues with Imola just being in DLC, which divides it up, which means maybe less people will run it. Because a lot of people will be reluctant to pay £7 for just a track. Even though it's good value for money, it's still, you know, someone has to make a purchase. So you end up with that division issue, which will probably be rectified at the end of the year if they do like a complete version of ACC or something. Who knows? Who knows? But yes, that is indeed that, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And I will see you all very soon in either another video or another live stream. Let's get the credits on here. Goodbye. Goodbye, guys. Brazil. £1 fish. There we go. Thank you for taking part. Thank you for super chatting. Whole daily. After daily. Random call sign. Thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing to Leo DeSantis, Michael Jager, Phil Jefferson, GMC Barros, YouTube, Alessio Ragola, Wills Lee, Machando Cruz and Whiskey Frisky. Get that whiskey to get frisky. Till the next one, guys. Goodbye.